Hello. Hold on, not what the heck. Cock looking like that little boy on Martin. Hey, I just want to hop on here and check in with the people. And make the devil mad. Because he sure was trying to distract me with a whole bunch of busy BS. But I'm out here. We out here. Hopefully y'all having a good day. Or a good evening. And hopefully you'll have a good weekend. Hey, I was just kind of doing some dishes and then decided to come in here and just sit for a moment and was quietly reflecting and, trying to be sure the baby boy was all right. He good. He in the food coma. Man, all of a sudden I started hearing this. Damn, out of nowhere. I wouldn't think about this at all. I was hearing, if they can't accept you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. I don't know who this for. Does somebody need to hear that? I heard that if they can't accept you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. And then what he brought to my mind was that, like, so accepting you at your worst, so this ain't always got to do with monetarily. At your worst could be, hey, somebody died and you grieving. You just need somebody to lean on and just somebody to just kind of be a little softer towards you emotionally, give you isolation time or not expect you to pour into them at this moment. You grieving. So you might not have a lot of energy to be pouring out, especially if you are the person that's typically the nurturer, the giver around your circle. But so he said, look, when that whole saying, it's like, if they can't accept you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. It's not necessarily only dealing with money. It's just talking about any aspect of your life where at one point, life is an ebb and flow. Nothing stays the same and stuff happens. So whether it's dealing with money or whether it's a downtime, you going through a job transition and that's got you in your fields. And anyway, he just said you got to be sure you be mindful of who, just audit your circle and you can tell who in your circle and how they, and their true, your true value in their life based on how they interact with you and where they at when you going through the valleys of life. That's what he said. So he said, just be mindful of that. It ain't nothing to be angry about. Just be mindful of that. Take note. But just remember that. So they say, you can forgive stuff, but you definitely don't want to forget nothing. But I heard that. He said, if they can't accept you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. And I was like, okay, God, well, I'll share that. Because I'm sitting here with Loud House on the TV, that cartoon playing. And so I said, yeah, my mind definitely wasn't on that. So then anyway, he was like, then for whatever reason, it came to mind of how they say, I don't know. See, now don't quote me on this, but I know it's something about how when people praise God, when he bless them with some big monetary gift or some 3D reality material thing, and kind of putting their praise on the wrong thing, where they say, why are you praising the gifts when you need to be praising the gift giver? He brought that to mind. So maybe somebody need to hear that, like, you gotta be clear on where things are coming from when things go good in your life. And when you come out of dark periods in your life and, it looks like, oh, thank God, this is great. I was able to buy this. I was able to do this. But it's like, dude, if you don't get that clear, if you got that twisted, you'll be praising and thankful for the wrong stuff, which is stuff that's fleeting and you be missing the whole point. Like, how you praising the gifts, but you ain't praising the gift giver? And so I guess the tie-in between both of those things that came in my head was like, so if somebody can't accept you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. Like, so at the end of the day, a person, if they having a down moment in whichever way, it's like you can't value a person based on what they set on your table. It's not about the things that they set and propped up on the table. It's about, you got to know that the person is the source. The person is the source. That's where the emotion's coming from. They're the generator of the thing. So when they, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know quite how he was trying to tie it up, but I guess essentially it's like, look, don't be praising things and what somebody give you, some temporary thing, whether it's energy, any kind of thing somebody can give you that give you a quick dopamine fix in some way and give you a quick hit and makes you feel good about them being in your life. But then the moment they have to pull that back, you feeling like the bridge is falling down. Like, no, you still got to know that the person is the source. So just like God is the source, and whoever in your life that might have to back up or shift or do something a little different for a while, just be mindful. And that's why you got to be sure you know how to what's that say, be a good judgment of character, so you won't be So you won't be being smug towards the wrong somebody just because something had to shift temporarily. Because nothing to stay the same, and people go through shit. And you just got to know who you got in your corner, who is in your corner and who ain't. And be sure you seeing stuff clearly, like God is in your corner. The things ain't what's in your corner, it's God in your corner, because he the one who gave you the ability to get the things. And he just said, so people just be sure you got that clear in your head. And I'm saying this, look, let me tell you, I'm saying this, I don't even read the Bible avidly, so whoever come across this, it's this dude I watch you like, look, for all you Bible thumping tryhards, hey, I'm not one of them. I don't read the Bible like that. So thank you, but no thank you. With all, any and all comments about anything about I'm quoting the Bible. Hey, I be paraphrasing it, just going off things I remember hearing coming up. But so that's not what I'm here for. I'm not a religious leader or anything like that. I just be sharing things that drop in my head at the moment from stuff I remember from years ago as a kid that be kind of related to God. And so if it tie into what I'm talking about in general, I'm going to say it, whether I'm saying it perfectly or not. So there you go. I just want to make that clear. Because I was like, man, if this person don't gone, get out here. But yeah, that's what I heard. If the person can't accept you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. But I imagine that's a case-by-case situation. So you just evaluate. But essentially, he just said, you just pay attention. Just pay attention to the people in your around you, and just the people you're interacting with, and you be sure you got a good, loyal, stable group of people in your life. You know, I don't care who you are, whoever see this, just be mindful of that for real. Because this life is a precious gift, and if you somebody who are always giving, or you like to be generous towards people, you absolutely have to be sure the people that surround you are reciprocal in that energy exchange. I was just watching something with LeBron. He was saying that he said the people I have around me are people who I like to give energy. So it's people who, if I'm pouring out energy, it's somebody who pouring it right back into me. I mean, of course, you can't expect that from people, and you can't control nobody's behavior, but you got to be mindful of that. Otherwise, you will get juiced and you'll be 6 feet under if you're around somebody who's constantly pulling from you and expecting you to be some miracle worker in their reality. When, okay, but right now I got the damn flu. You know, just hypothetically, I'm just saying. But I heard he just said that. So I said, somebody might need to hear that. And it's okay. Self-love is not being selfish. So you just be sure you take care of yourself. And if you got to pull back sometime, you got to do what you got to do. If it means your survival. Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't do that. And if people can't understand it, I mean, that's somebody who more likely you need to evaluate if that's somebody you need to have around you. And then the only other thing that came into my life was that you got to be sure that you know clearly what understand your values and understand what the values are of the people around you, so you can be sure you're around people who you are aligned with, in alignment with. I heard that. And then he said the way you can tell what your values are, what people's values are in your circle that you think you know, that you may not know. He said you can tell a person's values by what's the last thing they got angry about. And that'll give you just a snapshot of what that person's values are. So in case it's kind of like a facade, some mask wearing going on, and you be thinking you know and you don't know. Well, you can tell a person's value based on what the stuff that get them angry. And then that can help you determine a little bit, like, yeah, I don't know if we vibing, if we jiving. So then you be mindful of that. Because sometimes life, it ebbs and flows, and you want to be sure you got some rocks around you, period. So anyway, I love you. And I just thought, damn, that ain't really, I'm not even thinking about this, but maybe somebody need to hear this. Maybe somebody need to hear this. And it's okay. It's okay. Because this ain't about no sacrificial nothing. Because sacrificial will put you 6 feet under. So you got to be clear on who is around you. Don't give a damn who feelings you hurting. You got to be sure you clear that. And you ain't supposed to sacrifice and having yourself all out of balance and uncomfortable and energy all funky because you scared to just either speak on what's going on with this person, this individual, this situation, this job, this boss. You so scared to be upfront and just talk about it. You damn near sacrificing your own health. I saw one dude, he said stress almost killed him because he was such a people pleaser. So you got to just be careful, be mindful of that. And know that you matter. You personally, you're more important than trying to spare somebody's damn feelings. They'll get over it. Because whatever got them butt hurt, it ain't even really them. That's their ego, some other shit going on. But meanwhile, you can't jeopardize your life or your health or any of that standing around stupid shit or being around people that you know ain't quite this or that, or you know they could be shaky, shady. You know the job is unhealthy, the environment's toxic, but you stand around that shit will kill you. And especially when it comes to places or you like your job and stuff, places that you spend a lot of time at, you just got to be careful and be mindful. And just know who's around you. And just be sure you and equally yoked for the most part, especially with these people, these entities, these jobs, these places that you spend a lot of your energy at. You got to be sure they're aligned with you for real. So you deserve that. Don't feel guilty about that. You got permission to do that. Evaluate your circle and be sure your values is in alignment. And just watch. You just watch. I mean, you ain't even necessarily got to speak on it, but he just said pay attention to stuff like that. That ain't being shady. That's called self-preservation. So, I don't know. Hope this helps somebody. I'll be back, though, because I definitely wasn't planning on coming on here talking about this. What I wanted to talk about was, I don't even know just yet, but I have wrote crap down because stuff be dropping in my head. You know, just fun, goofy stuff that I came across. Some thoughts that popped in my head about what I had thought about the other day or late last night. I had to write it down because I was not about to come back. Oh, I had this download about why they be saying that the younger you are when you start abusing drugs or using drugs or vices like that it stunts your emotional mental growth. Like you get stuck there. And then even if you age some kind of way, it stunts your growth. So I got a good download about why that be happening. So that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about, not this. So I'll be back probably to talk about that because I wonder if this is real, this download that came in about why that be happening. And it makes sense to me. And like I didn't look it up, I didn't verify it, but I thought, damn, I wonder if this is true. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, so I'll be back though. But just know, man, you matter. You just got to take care of yourself for real. And you can't be sacrificing your own self for the sake of always worrying about other people's feelings and stuff. And worrying about who feathers you gonna ruffle. Like your truth and you matter. Your life matters. Who you are, you matter, period. You just got to remember that. You don't owe nobody nothing. Not like that. You don't owe nobody your life. No, not your life. And some of that stuff be so toxic and be so worn out and be so lopsided and just unbalanced. And you be knowing and you be ignoring shit. Time out for that, bruh. Sis. So I'll be back because I'm gonna share that with y'all. That was a good download. So okay, I'll talk to y'all later. I just want to get that out because I didn't want no headache. So have a good Friday evening. Have fun. Stay safe out there. I'll be back. Okay, bye.